Hi, I'm Daz, I'm the producer of The Drift, and the reason why I'm doing another diary so quickly after the last one is because I've had quite a few emails about the last diary that I did, and it's got me thinking about a few things about perhaps what I said, and in terms of the message. And whilst most people, everyone that emailed was saying, Daz, we totally agree with what you're saying, you're right, it's hard and it's tough, and it is difficult to be motivated and all that kind of thing. One thing I kind of wanted to make sure that was sort of clear is that you shouldn't give up, is that you absolutely need to keep making films. And it doesn't mean you have to make a movie, as in, you can make a short or a trailer or something like that. Making something is always better than making nothing. And after doing the diary that I did yesterday and reading some of the emails, all it did to me was just motivate me more to get this film sorted out. And yes, I done a little bit more strategy, working out a few little battle plans, and I'm now formulating my sort of final plan to push out to get the final phase of the visual effects done. And that motivates me, and I want people, who are watching this to be motivated too, and to think, yeah, I can do this, because just by doing it, you're already putting yourself leagues ahead of so many other people who aren't doing it, even if they have the skills. There's still a lot of people out there who just like the idea of making a film and perhaps do a bit of tinkering and dream of doing it for a living, making their film, their movie, or contributing to a Hollywood blockbuster. So whilst there aren't perhaps many places in Hollywood or in these companies compared to the amount of people that want to do it, just by making your own film, doing your own stuff and pushing it out is already setting you apart. And I just think it's important that people kind of get that. And The Drift obviously is a great way of doing that. Of course I'm trying to sell my own movie in terms of getting people to buy into it, to contribute to it and to be part of it. Yes, The Drift is a bigger film, it's a full feature film, it's bigger, it's got a full story and all the rest of it, but there are lots out there too, and you've probably got your own movies that you want to make, and I just think that it's important that you do that, you get out there and you make your films. I went to one of these sort of get rich quick seminar things. You go into London where they tell you how to make a movie in a day, not make the movie in a day, but in one day they tell you how to make a movie. And the vast majority of what I was hearing and seeing was kind of common sense, which is get out there, make a film, use a camera, have an idea, have fun. It sounds easy, but it's not easy. So what's important is that you do just get out there and go with it. The amount of things in The Drift that we started out doing, that the ideas that we had, some things we scaled down, some things that on the day that we shot became even bigger and better. And that's also happening on the visual effects side as well. So there's lots of little things in the movie that we didn't plan that are now in the film that are really cool, and there are things in the film things that we wanted to have in the film that we couldn't because of time and all the rest of it. But there's a really good balance. There's extra stuff in there, and ultimately what's coming together is a really great product. And I just want your films and what you guys are doing. You should try and feel the same and keep going. It is hard. But just look at what you're doing, look at the fun that you're having, look at the rushes, put it together, start small and work your way up. I've been making films for 20 years and I've never made a penny on any of my movies. And I don't care because I like making films. And The Drift for me is like my movie. It's science fiction, it's got all the exciting stuff in that I like in my film. And that should never be underestimated about. Whenever you have the choice to make your own movies, you should be making your own movies. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of say that yesterday I may have said quite a few things that were true, but at the same time I didn't want to think that that it was a dead end and that you shouldn't bother and it's so hard, why should we do it? Because you should do it. So make your movie, okay? Make your movie.